in general, there will be 2 hours, 54 minutes, and it includes 10 minutes listening transfer time. So after the listening, there will be another 10 minutes, for you to transfer your answer from your oret-oretan to the answer sheet. And if you see, there will be two kind of IELTS exam. There will be academic reading and there will be general training reading. There will be academic writing, and there will be general training writing. So it depends on what is the purpose of your IELTS exam. Okay. The next. So we are going to focus on the reading model for today. It is 60 minutes. There are 40 questions. And in total, take a look, you are to read 2,150 until 2,750 words in total. And the progressive means the level of the difficulties starting from the easy and then more challenging until the most challenging. And the readings are taken from authentic readings, means that they directly take it from the books, they directly take it from the newspaper, magazines, journals, advertisements, notices, company handbooks, or official documents. So you have to make sure that you are able to read newspaper, you are able to read magazine, you are able to read journals, you are familiar with advertisement, you can find out what the notice is about, you can find out what the handbook is about, or the other is official documents. Okay, we continue. So what's the difference between general and academic IELTS reading? So here is academic one. At least one passage will contain a detailed logical argument, and the texts are appropriate to candidates entering undergraduate or postgraduate courses. So I think this is suitable for you, because you are all lecturers, and I'm sure that you want to join a scholarship or maybe to write down for journals. And the topics are on academic topics. So it will be academic things that you are dealing with. While for the general one longer text, and which is descriptive rather than argumentative. You know the difference between descriptive and argumentative. When you are to read descriptive text, that means you are to read the kind of description to describe. To describe means you are taking or reading the whole picture of one idea. And it is about what or what, but not about how, but usually more about what. But in argumentative, there will be kind of reasons. There will be a rationale behind the description that they have. And the type of material is based on daily basis in English-speaking countries. So it can be about something that you can find out in daily English. And you see, the topics are relevant to everyday life in an English-speaking country. So maybe about hotel, advertisement, work-related issue, news, the popular news, something like that. Okay. So what is the skill assessed? So if you see here, you can find out that you are expected to be able to find out the gist, the main idea, the detail, and then you can get the references. You are also to find the implied meaning, inferences, and then recognizing a writer's opinion, attitude, what is the tone, what is the purpose, and also to be able to see an argument how it is built. That is the skills assessed. So what kind of reading text will be assessed there? Those are the kind of questions that you are going to find out. Can be about short answer questions. Maybe you have multiple choices. Maybe you have to complete sentence or notes or summaries or tables, diagrams or flowcharts. And maybe you can match the heading. I think this one is difficult, a bit tricky. Or maybe you can, you have to locate information in a paragraph. Or maybe you are to match list of phrases and true, false, or not given, or yes, no, or not given. Do you have any questions so far? Is it clear for you? Are you familiar with this test? Short answer question, multiple choice, completion until yes, no, or not given. Are you familiar with this? What do you think? Kira-kira, are you familiar? Yes? No?
No.
Yeah. Some of you have ever worked with IELTS reading section?
No.
No.
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
No.
Okay. Jadi
Not yet.
you can find it out here ya in your IELTS 1 book. So you can see yang mana sih contohnya short answer question, yang mana sih contohnya multiple choice. After you are familiar with the test items or the test types, baru kita bisa mengenal, oh ini triknya ada di sini. Oh ini harus begini caranya. Oh yang ini harus dibeginiin. Nah itu seperti itu ya kira-kira. Okay. We continue. So let's see here. Nah ini contoh dari short answer questions. Not more. Nah perhatikan ya. You have to find out no more than 3 words. Number 8. No more than 3 words. Anda tulis apa kira-kira? Which American company is doing research on the genetic basis of hair or eye color? Misalnya ini pertanyaannya. Itu hanya boleh paling banyak 3. Kalau orang Indonesia kan sukanya banyak-banyak sebenarnya ya. Or a number. Nah, hati-hati menulis number. Kalau menulis number seperti yang saya bilang kemarin, koma artinya titik, titik artinya koma. Jadi kalau 3,5, 3.5. Kalau 3.500 ya 3,500 berarti harus bagaimana menulisnya. Okay? Is it clear for our short answer question?
Yes.
So far?
Yes, ma'am.
Oke, lanjut ke multiple choice. Ini mah tahu A, B, C, D ya. Tinggal dihitung aja kancingnya A, B, C, D, cap goci gitu kan. Kalau nggak bisa, pokoknya harus ada jawabannya ya. You have to make your answer either A or B or C or D. You cannot leave it blank. You cannot leave it blank. Yeah, there must be an answer in there. Okay. The next, I think this is clear, yeah, for this one, multiple choice, right? Now we continue to the next. The word you use to answer question must be taken directly from the text. Do not paraphrase. Nah, ini completion. Jadi kalau mau completion melengkapi kalimat, melengkapi sebuah note, summary, table, diagram, flowchart must be taken directly. Jadi jangan ngide. Ini ya, jangan ngide. Aku mau tulis seperti ini. Oh nggak bisa, harus directly take from the text. Nggak boleh ngide ya. Is it clear? Okay. The next. Ini table completion. Nah ini kan ada nih table completion. Lihat tuh. French, school, Spanish, apa isinya ya? Ya harus dilihat dari teksnya. Nah itu number, itu harus dilihat juga dari sana. Perhatikan, no more than 3 words. Jadi jangan berlebihan, jangan menulis berlebihan. Oke, sampai di sini jelas? Is it clear? Oke. The next. Nah ini completion. Nah ini ya. Itu cow pat dung alias tai sapi ya sebenarnya ya. Nah itu kita mempelajari. Nah ini bagaimana ya. This is something academic. I think you are familiar with this one. So the dung beetle types. Yeah, the dung beetle types. Okay, let's see here. This one is clear. Completion questions. Masih completion ya. Diagram label completion example. Is this clear? Jadi harus dicocok-cocokkan dulu nanti ya. The next is yang ini nih, yang hebatnya ya. Kalau saya lihat, this is something very tricky from IELTS I find out. Questions-nya only 1 until 5, but you have the answer 1 until 9. Bisa aja kalau kita bangsa yang suka berjudi, ya kan? Kalau berjudi ya nggak dapet, jangan-jangan malah semuanya ya kan? So you have to be really careful in choosing whether your answer is matching, ya. So what is the answer for number 1, section 1? Is it section A is I or double I or triple I or 1, 2, 3 or 4 or until 9? Yeah, okay. Is it clear so far? Can you follow me or are you sleeping?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Clear.
The next. This is my ya, oke, sorry saya kelempar tadi. Begini rasanya dilempar rupanya ya. Oke, let me continue again. Tadi sampai mana ya? Oh ya, sampai sini ya. Oke. So the next is locating info questions. Nah, tadi before we have this one, yeah. So for this one, you have questions 14 until 19, and then you have to make a label, whether it belongs to A or until H in the boxes. And the same as what we have got before, it will be there will be more answers than your test items, so you have to be careful. Okay. The next, matching list or phrases. So this one is almost similar to what we have had previously. You have to choose the answer to match the list or phrases to the item that you have had. So this kind of selecting what is the right label for each of the item that you have had there. Okay. The next is true, false, or not given. True, false, gampang. Benar, salah. Not given berarti mak jelas. Alias, you cannot find it out in the passage. And you have to be careful in doing this. Why? Because sometimes it is there, but you do not see. Yeah. So you have to see whether the statement agrees with the information, contradicts, berlawanan, and there is no information whether agree or contradicts. Okay, so far, can you follow me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the next. Yes, no, or not given. This one, before is true, false. True or false. This one is yes or no. Almost similar, but this one reflects the claims. So whether the writer agree or whether the statement is supporting the writer's statement, or whether the statement does not support the writer's opinion, or the writer's writing. And not given, it is impossible, means that you cannot say that it is yes or it is no. So there is not clear, not given there. Okay, the next is the scoring. You have to see that there is a scoring there, academic reading band score, and the raw score out of 40. So if you only get 15, your score will be 5, 23, your score will be 6, 30, your score will be 7, 35, your score will be 8. Memangnya berapa sih semuanya? 40, ya kan? Jadi semuanya 40. If you can only make only 5 mistakes, then your band score will be 8. Wow, very good. But if your score is only a half, then you will get it only 5. Okay. So each correct answer receives 1 mark. Yeah. You cannot get correct answer or credit if your spelling is not correct. So if you make it double L or double R, for example, it is considered as a mistake, wrong, no credit for that one. So what must we do before we take our test? Build your vocabulary and synonym word bank. Keep a notebook of unknown words. So starting from now on, after you read this IELTS book 1, you have to practice your vocabulary and synonym because it will enlarge your word bank. Practice skimming and scanning. Skimming is to take the general idea of the reading text, and scanning is to get the certain idea of the reading text. Next is to improve your spelling and grammar. Misspelled will be marked incorrect. So no score for misspelled word. And grammar knowledge is important, because this will help you for the sentence completion task. For example, your answer should be in the form of noun, or in the form of verb, or in the form of adjective, or maybe it should be in the form of plural noun. So instead of writing student, it should be students. This one will be also marked incorrect. Ya, mereka itu kejam ya, lebih kejam dari ibu kota. And then the word form means that it will help you to be able to see whether your answer is matching or not matching, because what you have to see is what you have to write. And if you see a place for an adjective, then you cannot write down a noun in that place. Okay. So that's what we have had. The next, another tips is that learn organizing the words for matching. So do those, for example, advantage, aim, analysis, benefit, until the last one, strategy. These are helping words for matching task. And you have to also understand qualifying words like mainly, usually, the majority, and the most. This will be a helping one for the multiple choice question. And know the prefixes like an, pre, or full, or less, and read from a variety of source, magazines, newspaper, e-magazines, handbook or a workbook, anything. And don't forget to do your practice, because practice makes perfect. And when you are able to understand, you will increase your speed in doing your test. And one more is that you will become more comfortable with reading test because you know what you are doing. Okay, so that is what I have. And when you find the paragraph or area where the word is circle or underline, skim means that you have to locate the area. Is that the correct area? Where is it? In what paragraph is it? So if you can see it, you will see whether your answer is correct or not correct, or whether you can get the right answer or not the right answer. And if you have more than one answer, mark it on your test booklet. And after that, you have to come back to choose which one is the appropriate one. Okay. The next. For matching headings, keep the headings and find out the keywords. Is it about problem? Is it about effects? Is it about reason? And after that, you can see the organizing words. What is the logical order, for example? And you can also try to predict what is the next paragraph about. Well, it will usually connect it from one to another. That's why it will be better for you if you can find out whether it is a kind of problem solving, is it a kind of effects, or is it a kind of reasoning, arguments, something like that. Yeah. And quickly read the paragraphs. This is something not easy to do if you do not train yourself, because if you never practice how to read quickly, then this will become a big difficulty for you. Okay, so keep in mind, sometimes the questions follow the order of information. So like listening that we do, the question is based on the information. So you don't need to make a jumble thinking. You just follow the arguments, and usually the question will be based on the arguments or the reading text. Yeah. And if you find out there is a question that you do not understand, don't spend your time too much on it. You just skip it and then go back again after you finish the whole idea. So just leave it blank, yeah? And after you answer, make sure that you go back and check again, and be careful that you have the ones that you are not sure about. And write down your answer and check your answers, the spelling, the numbers, yeah? And look, don't spend more than 20 minutes on each passage. 20 minutes, remember, there are only 3 reading passages, and you are allowed to only 20 minutes to have it within 20 minutes. And in order to answer the question, you have to limit yourself in 1.5 minutes. So you are only given time 90 seconds. 90 seconds. Okay. So I think that's what I have had. So far, is it clear? Do you have any question? Is it clear now?
Enough, ma'am.
Clear.
It's clear, ma'am.
Okay. So if it is clear, so we are going to do our practice, yeah? So please look at your IELTS page. We will start from the pre-test. And the pre-test is on page
13.
What page is it? Oh, page 58. Look at page 58. 58. Can you find out?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So if we see page 58, it will be only 20 minutes until number 40. So how do we do this? Are we going to do one by one, reading passage one first and then discussion, or we do the whole idea from passage 1 to passage 3 and then we will discuss it the whole later on?
Per passage, ma'am.
Okay, per passage is that 20 divided by 3. And you're only allowed to do it 10 minutes, yeah? Okay?
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes from page 58 until page 61. 10 minutes begins from now on. It's 1:33. I will call you again at 1:43. Okay?